Let's talk about procrastination, also known as the art of postponing everything. Procrastination is usually mistaken with laziness. Well, it has nothing to do with it. In fact, procrastination has little to do with doing nothing, and a lot to do with doing anything else instead the very thing we should be doing. Regarding activity, we procrastinators can do a great variety of activities of all sorts, just to avoid that painful task. We can produce a lot, just not what is needed when it's needed. So, why do we procrastinate? This little graph may help us. This is the hyperbolic temporal discount, and it essentially means that we give a different value to things depending on the time remaining to get them. In other words, let's suppose that someone offers us a deal. In exchange of our expert advice, he offers two different types of payment. A little money right now, and a lot of money in 3 months' time. Because we do not know what will happen in 3 months, we're likely to prefer the little money right now. Obvious. However, if he offers us a little money in 3 months and a lot of money in 6 months, we're likely to prefer to wait 6 months for more money, despite the fact that the distance between both rewards is exactly the same, 3 months. In accordance to this, there is the Temporal Motivation Theory that links rewards with time just exactly as we've seen. In the Temporal Motivation Theory, rewards have two components: expectancy, that is, how we perceive that we'll deserve and will eventually get that reward, and the value, real or subjective, doesn't matter, of the reward. Time has also two components: impulsiveness, that is, our perception of time and our willingness to wait, and delay, that is, the actual time from present to the moment we may get the reward. So in order to get motivated and do the task we should be doing, we need a reward of enough value for us, value, not price. We need to think that not only we deserve it, but that we will eventually get it, and our perception of the time remaining must be as little as possible. This leads us to the three axes. Procrastination has an impact at three levels: cognitive, behavioral, and emotional. At the cognitive level, procrastinators tend to perceive time somewhat different. For instance, the amount of time needed to finish a task, or the optimism regarding the time left until deadlines, or the sequence of time and the need of planning, and the meaning of quality time, among other things. So that's why there are so many books about procrastination that focus only on time management at work. And last but not least, the lack of understanding between importance and urgency, although you don't need to know to be a procrastinator to be here. Next axis is the behavioral. There is no motivation without a goal. For a reward to have a value, it needs to be framed within a goal. We all act and behave in a particular way because we seek to reach a goal. It does not matter if your goal is becoming famous or rich, to be in love or beloved, or you just want a new car. You put a value on these things because they are part of your goal. And usually, the less material the value, the stronger the motivation. The last axis is the emotional. Emotions are also important in procrastination. Either we feel bad because we didn't do our part, or we didn't do our part because we felt bad, depressed, or anxious. Once inside the loop, it becomes a negative feedback. Expectancy and impulsiveness have a strong emotional component, so that's the key to exit this loop. So, where do we go from here? Well, since motivation is key in overcoming procrastination, a good alternative would be GMP. GMP is a gamified system that used game dynamics and mechanics to retrain time management abilities, to regain confidence and self-worth, and to keep us motivated while doing the task we should be doing. In other words, we're playing that we are working, having fun, and finishing our tasks. So, procrastination. Do you want to play?